What's up everyone, welcome back to another video with the Millennial Finance. Today, we'll be talking about all things crypto and whether it's still a good investment right now. Cha-ching! So crypto, together with the entire stock market, has taken a beating recently, with most of them at negative 70% from their all-time highs and some of them even at minus 90%. As usual, crypto interest usually dies down when the price starts to decline as well. When prices are mooning, everybody wants to be involved, everybody wants that sweet Bitcoin gains, but now that the price is dropping, no one wants it in their portfolios. If you truly believe in the fundamentals though, then this approach wouldn't really make sense. But how strong is crypto's fundamentals and should you believe in the future? Let's find out. If you want to buy crypto, you can use Luno or Huobi. They are both good options. Luno is regulated, but they do have certain restrictions in terms of what crypto you can buy, whereas Huobi, you have a lot more choices. If you want to sign up, use our link down in the description below, and you'll get some good bonuses as well if you sign up. Anyway, let's start with the positives or the bull thesis for crypto. So by now, crypto has already gone through a few bull and bear cycles, and in the last one, it hit an all-time high of nearly $70,000 for every one Bitcoin. The reason I use Bitcoin as a gauge for a bull or bear market is because usually all cryptos will generally move in the same direction. But man, I remember the euphoria from seeing my Bitcoin and Ethereum positions moon every single day. Despite the major drop that's happening now, a lot of people who have been in crypto for a while already claims that this is natural, and we did see similar dumps in 2018 and previous years as well. Unlike the other down cycles though, crypto adoption this time has way more adoption and the use cases are more defined. For example, DeFi adoption has went up considerably from April 2019 to June 2021, with website visits to DeFi platforms increasing by 3 times. I don't have the data at the moment, but I'm sure that this number is even higher if we look into 2022. Other than just DeFi adoption, some countries are already starting to have crypto integrated into the economy, with the ever-famous El Salvador leading the way, while a few others are starting to prepare for it. Most of these countries though are usually tier 3 countries. They are developing, their economies are not very strong. So how about the more developed nations? Naturally, these larger economies will take a lot more time to weigh the pros and cons of crypto before deciding if they wanted to do it on a country level. In the US though, Miami is trying to become the crypto hub of the country. Their mayor is a loud advocate for crypto and they're looking for many different ways to integrate it into the city's economy. In our neighboring Singapore, they have also welcomed many crypto firms with welcome arms and good regulations, even though they do set some restrictions on their own citizens when it comes to owning crypto. When looking at countries in dire circumstances, we really see crypto start to shine. So Turkey is facing one of the highest inflation that the country has seen, and they have one of the highest inflation rates globally as well, which makes their citizens uncomfortable holding the Turkish lira, which leads them to hold things like Bitcoin and USDC. In the Ukraine, they managed to accept donations in crypto and distribute the funds despite central bank limitations due to the martial law. These are all great crypto use cases because no matter what happens, as long as you have the internet, you can still send and receive crypto. As a whole, global crypto adoption has seen a massive rise, while we're also seeing more retail participants getting involved, which is a better sign for decentralization. As a payment method, more companies and especially digital-first businesses are also starting to accept crypto as a form of payment. Recently, I wanted to fund a broker account to try out some forex trading just to see if I'm good at it. After going through my deposit options, I found out they do accept crypto deposits, and after considering all of them, it was by far the most convenient option. By just sending my USDT from my exchange account to their wallet, I could see that my money was deposited straight into the platform within a minute, which means it's not only fast but also extremely convenient. They also had other options like bank wires, credit cards and stuff like that, but some of them had very high fees while the others took a very long time for the money to appear. This again shows how crypto is a good form of depositing money, even though yes, at this point it is still the stable coins which is backed by the US dollar, but we can see that it's extremely fast, it's extremely convenient, and it's one of the better options that we have, especially for cross-border payments. So the last point that I have of the pros of crypto is actually a double-edged sword, meaning you can see it as a pro or a con, and it is basically increasing regulation from governments and central banks across the globe. In a nutshell, the bull thesis for this is that this is a sign that crypto is maturing. Politicians in the US are actually having blockchain experts join them to explain how everything works so that they can start preparing for how they can use it to shape their future. This is basically a good sign because, if it was too small, if there was no adoption, then governments, central banks, they wouldn't really care, would they? But I guess crypto has gotten so large, so many people are involved right now that it's just too big to ignore. This led to the US Treasury deciding to develop a framework for international crypto regulation, while the Bank of England is also calling for more regulations on crypto. However, not everything is sunshine and rainbows, as there are still many things that crypto must overcome to continue their growth. First of all, like I said, while it may be a sign of maturity that governments are starting to look into crypto regulation, it can also be a bad thing. While decentralization is exactly what people are looking for in crypto, this is something that obviously governments are against. With proposals of central bank digital coins or CBDCs in the works, this can cause a lot of damage to the crypto industry as a whole. While crypto has already gotten pretty huge and some may think that it is too big to fail, I do feel that regulation could still end up killing crypto, as it would be too much of a hassle for the average investor to go through. On a related note, the decentralized nature of crypto, together with the fact that the entire industry is not so well regulated at the moment, makes investors susceptible to many risks, such as what happened to Luna and 3 Arrow Capital over the last few months. Basically, Luna got shorted to the ground as hedge funds and large institutional investors figured out a way to destroy the entire Terra ecosystem. So basically what they did was they started shorting UST, which depegged from the US dollar, and because of the algorithmic nature of the Terra ecosystem, the Luna price fell as well. Because there was no regulations in place like the FIDC or PIDM to prevent bank runs, many investors started panicking, and when everyone wants to sell, everyone wants to withdraw their money, of course any economy would be disrupted, and this is not limited to Luna. Fun fact, before the US introduced the FIDC and Malaysia introduced PIDM, many banks were getting destroyed because of things just like this. Basically, rumors start floating around that you can't withdraw your money anymore, so everyone wanted to go to the bank to get their money out, which just cascades and causes the bank to actually go into bankruptcy. Because the government now says, I'll protect your money, I'll insure your money of up to $200,000 in your bank account, people don't panic anymore, which helps banks sustain. So because crypto does not have this at the moment and no one is regulating it, there will be risks like this in the future. Anyway, the Luna destruction that happened in May caused an industry-wide decline in prices, which led to hedge funds like 3AC who were over-leveraged to get destroyed. Basically, they were borrowing money to invest in more crypto, but once everything started to fall in price, they didn't have enough money to pay off their loans. This forced them to liquidate any crypto that they had to pay off these loans, which caused further drops in price. And they weren't the only ones, with many centralized exchanges also struggling with higher costs and lower revenues. During the unwinding of all of this, what really opened my eyes is the fact that the entire crypto industry, no matter how big it was or is at the moment, could simply be destroyed due to the carelessness of certain individuals or certain firms. While this is decentralization at its core, it still presents a massive risk for crypto investors. So in a nutshell, the very thing that makes crypto crypto could prove to be its downfall. So with the pros and cons that I've just mentioned, my approach is of course to find the right balance. In terms of my investment thesis for crypto, it's still pretty much the same. There is massive upside potential if everything goes right, but I also know that there is a chance that everything goes to zero. For example, the current price of one Bitcoin is around the $20,000 mark. And in your opinion, if everything goes right, then Bitcoin can hit the $100,000 mark in the next 3 to 5 years. If things don't go well though, then maybe in your opinion, Bitcoin goes to around the $5,000 mark. So in this scenario, you're risking $15,000 if things don't go well to make a potential $80,000 if things do go well. So in that case, it is a very good bet in terms of risk to reward because you're risking so much less for the potential of making a lot more money. Of course, it's not that straightforward. There are many other things to take into consideration. Just because your risk to reward ratio is good doesn't mean you go all in, but taking this approach as the first part of adding crypto to your investment portfolio as a whole is a good start. Since we don't know the odds of crypto's success or failure, keeping your exposure to a relatively small amount of your entire portfolio, an amount that you're comfortable with, is a good bet. Just like any other investment that you make, whether it's in crypto, stocks, or even bonds, the advice is always the same. Don't invest more than you're ready to lose. Previously, I mentioned that my investment portfolio would have 2 to 3% in crypto, but at the moment, my understanding of crypto is a bit better, so I have upped this to around 15 to 20% of my entire investment portfolio. Again, this is based on my risk profile. I am a risk taker, I know that, and I'm also willing to lose this amount of money if everything goes to zero, so don't blindly follow me and make sure that you do your own research. However, I do believe that everyone should at least explore crypto and then decide how much of a percent of your entire portfolio you want to have exposure to. Due to the asymmetric risk-reward ratio that crypto is currently providing, it is a very good option in my opinion for investors to at least have some part of it in their portfolios. Don't put your entire portfolio in or a big chunk of your life savings because it could all still go to zero, but at least have that small amount in as sort of a just in case everything goes well. I always like to tell people that, crypto for me is sort of like insurance. Basically, if it goes wrong, then it's fine. But if it goes right, then at least I had some exposure. Anyway, if you want to invest in crypto, like I said, you can use Luno or Huobi depending on what you want to buy and invest in. So use our links down in the description below so that you can get some nice bonuses when you sign up for these platforms. Thanks for watching this video till the end, guys. Give us a huge thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.